Holidays. See your Lincoln Mercury dealer today.
From all of us at News Channel 5, happy holidays.
Tsunami survivors say goodbye to the loved ones they lost as the death toll hits 150,000. The U.S. pledges more money, and the race is on to get life-saving relief where it's needed. Also tonight, Hell Week for holiday travelers separated from their luggage Christmas Eve. Some still looking for it New Year's Eve. And one last look at 2004. The sights, the fights, and the bites.
This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather.
And good evening. Dan is off tonight. I'm John Roberts. The new year has arrived in southern Asia, and with it a numbing new count of the dead from the tsunami. The United Nations now estimates 150,000 people in a dozen countries have died. More aid is arriving in the disaster zone. The first 100 tons of food, water, and body bags. President Bush today announced a tenfold increase in U.S. aid to $350 million. Some estimates say the death toll could reach 200,000. Indonesia fears more than 100,000 deaths there alone. About 7,000 foreigners are still missing, including 2,000 to 3,000 Americans. In Thailand, some vacationers were at this beach on Phuket when the tsunami hit without warning last Sunday. Today in Thailand, CBS News correspondent Barry Peterson reports it's one funeral after another.
Across Thailand today, the bells tolled for those lost to the sea. At virtually every Buddhist temple in Phuket, there were funerals and cremations every few minutes. Thai tradition dictates that the dead be buried before the new year begins, but it is not just lives lost. It is also livelihoods. Thousands who depend on fishing have no boats for their work. People who supported their families on an income of maybe $10 a day. And even if they could work, there is no market. People will not buy seafood, Mard told us. They're afraid the fish have been eating the bodies that washed out to sea. So this spry 68-year-old fisherman is trying to make ends meet by turning his motorbike into a taxi. But with so many tourists fleeing the island, his single customer today was this reporter. He took us to his tiny fishing village, population 1,000. Here, not one person died because they heeded the first ominous sounds of the ocean's growing wrath that Apached described to us as a low moaning. And then nature provided its own tsunami warning. When the birds started to squawk and scream, the villagers knew something was terribly wrong, that it was time to run for their lives. Today, some villagers are rebuilding, but recovery cannot really begin until the grieving ends. Tonight, temples are open for a nation in mourning. Tens of thousands are joining in a single prayer that those who died so violently will find their peace in heaven. Barry Peterson, CBS News, Phuket, Thailand.
Of the estimated 5 million people displaced by the tsunami, about 1 million are in the island nation of Sri Lanka. Correspondent Alan Pizzi reports on the struggle for recovery there.
The acrid smoke of roadside fires is replacing the smell of rotting bodies, a way to get rid of trash and the threat of disease at the same time. The recovery stage has begun in Sri Lanka, and it will be a long, dirty, and arduous process.